Hello friends, welcome to the Cup Night channel. This reading is for anyone who feels a connection to the moon or Capricorn energy. The moon is entering Capricorn on February 22nd around 11:08 p.m. Universal Time, so be sure to adjust that for your local time if you want to know the exact time. She will stay in Capricorn until February 25th around 10:35 a.m. Universal Time. Luna is considered to be in detriment when transiting Capricorn. Capricorn is directly opposite of the moon's home sign of Cancer. This can challenge the moon to express itself through the highly structured lens of the goatfish sign, Capricorn. So you may find it harder to be vulnerable during this time. On the other side of that, you may also feel a sense of responsibility and duty in your emotional dealings. So just be mindful to balance your hard work with your emotional needs and personal relationships through this transit. It's also worth noting that the moon will be in her waning crescent phase. So this offers a great opportunity to do some shadow work, letting go, assessing your goals, especially with the reliable and hardworking support of Capricorn. So all that being said, let's get into the reading and see what is in store for this Capricorn moon transit. You look at that, Capricorn energy right there. Whoops. Slippery cards. Show that one more time. Man, these cards are just wanting to fly out of my hand, but none of them are jumping out. Okay. So I'm going to draw a total of 12 cards today, one for each house of the zodiac. So we're going to start with the first quadrant, which is houses 1, 2, and 3, and I'm just going to draw one card for each, just to kind of simplify things today. So let's start with house 1. We've got the 6 of Wands. House 2, got the 5 of Wands. House 3, we got the 6 of Swords. All right. Underneath all of this, we're going to have the Fool. So starting something new, having faith in a new adventure, taking a bold step forward, no matter what may be awaiting you. Maybe having some loving companions by your side through this process. All right, so I'll leave that down here, and then let's talk about these. Yeah, so 6 of Wands in the house of Self. That seems like maybe you're going to feel like you have a lot of energy waiting and ready to go, ready to tackle anything that might come at you during this time, which is really good because, like I was saying, this can be a challenging time for the moon in Capricorn. So that stable energy, that potential is really nice to see here. In the second house of your material possessions, finances, gifts, and talents, you have this challenge card, the 5 of Wands. So, yeah, you might be having some issues with your material possessions, finances, or, I don't know, something relating to any of your gifts, your personal gifts that you have. Yeah, and then in the third house here, we have this 6 of Swords. This is moving on, moving away from something onto something better. taking with you only what is necessary. So this is in the house of communication, the house of your immediate surroundings, early learning, your style of communicating, that kind of thing. So yeah, maybe you're changing up the way that you're communicating with people during this time, or embracing some new topics of interest to you. So that could be fun. Overall, I think these cards are pretty nice together. You've got two really positive aspects here, and then maybe a bit of challenging energy around your material possessions or the things that make you feel safe and secure during this time. But we are strong enough to get through any of it. So just be aware of things popping up like that. All right, so moving on to the second quadrant, we have, oh, sorry, that was on the bottom. Huh. Well, there's the Page of Pentacles. Maybe he wanted to show himself there as well. So you've got the Fool, and then you've got this incoming opportunity, this material opportunity right underneath that. So those go really well together. All right, let's flip this over and keep going. So house 4, we've got the Two of Swords. This card has been coming up a lot lately. House 5, we've got the Sun. Oh, that's beautiful. House 5 is Leo. And Leo is associated with the Sun. So that is a very appropriate card there. Lots of creative energy, passion. And then house 6, we have the High Priestess. All right, so the second quadrant, it's houses 4, 5, and 6, and it's all about your close relationships, creativity, daily routines. So like family members, people that have been around you since you were little, things that have been people that have been in your life for a long time. And yeah, so house 4, this is the one that deals with your emotions and your family, or the people who raised you. This could be, maybe there are some decisions or tough decisions you have to make at this time, or maybe you're kind of withdrawing from talking about something with those close to you. But yeah, so maybe be mindful of that during this time. Just open up a little bit and try not to shut yourself off too much. Especially with the moon in Capricorn, I can see this being a very typical way of reacting to things. So keep that in mind. And with the Sun in your 5th house of creativity and passion, romance, I mean, that's fantastic. That is the most appropriate card for that position there. So that is a really good thing to see. And then the High Priestess in the 6th house of your health, your personal health, and your service to others. So intuition, maternal energy. Yeah, maybe you're just really highly perceptive of people's needs around this time, and with that hardworking Capricorn energy, you can be very useful to people. So that is lovely to see. All right, I'm gonna move those up a little bit, and then we'll do the third quadrant here. We've got house 7, the Emperor. House 8, the 8 of Cups. Hey, look at that, 8 for 8. And house 9, the Knight of Cups. Very cool. All right. So for here, actually, you know what? Let's just rearrange these a little bit just so we can get a clearer picture here. Working with some limited space right now as I get this channel started, but that's okay. All right. So yeah, the Emperor in the 7th house of your relationships. So relationships that you've chosen in your life, your friends, business partners, yeah, anybody that you allow to be in your life. that's great. I mean, divine masculine energy, the Emperor, that is, he's kind of got everything at his disposal, ready and waiting to go. That is fantastic energy to see for this quadrant of houses, which, by the way, quadrant 3, like I was saying, the 7th house is your external relationships, so that's a lot of what it deals with, is your relationships to the outside world, and partnerships, expanding your understanding of the world through interactions with others or shared experiences. So yeah, that is fantastic. Might be a great time to interact with other people in your life. And then you have the 8th house, and get the 8 of Cups. So the 8th house is all about death, rebirth, transformation. And in this case, you can see she's kind of walking away from this cup here that's kind of spilling back into the water. And if you look closely at this card, she's completely in the nude and looking very content, and she's got some friends going on the journey with her, and she's just kind of like walking away, not really feeling guilty about it, but like she's made a good decision. So yeah, that transformation, if there's anything happening during this time, you're probably going to be feeling really good about it. Anything that you're walking away from or deciding to let go of. And then in the 9th house, you have the Knight of Cups. The 9th house is all about philosophy and higher learning, spiritual pilgrimages, that type of traveling. And of course, the Knight of Cups is a very creative knight. He brings ideas and passion, creativity to anything. You can see he's got his head in his own little world up here, and he's offering this cup and charging in with all this vital energy. So yeah, maybe there is a great sense of learning during this time, because just like in your 3rd house up here, you had that 6 of Swords, which is all about kind of venturing into something new, related to learning as well, communication and learning. So these two are really nice together. Alright, and then we've got one more quadrant to do. That is quadrant 4. Let's see what we got. We have the 10 of Swords in the 10th house, 10 for 10. We've got the Death card in the 11th house, and the 7 of Pentacles in the 12th house. So that's very interesting. You've got 2 death cards right here, right beside each other. So for the house of Capricorn, the 10th house, you have this. This house is all about your public image, career, the work you do in your life, also authority figures. So something might be coming to a close in your professional working life, or maybe a relationship with a boss, or something like that. Yeah, something is ending here. And then the Death card is very similar. It's an ending, but it also implies a beginning. It's a transformation, and this being in the 11th house of your hopes, wishes, and dreams, and friends, the future. So yeah, there might be something coming to a close, and also a new adventure beginning at this time. And having the Fool kind of underneath all of these cards, I think, suggests that. And also we saw the Page of Pentacles behind him, so that's kind of the start of something new, something manifesting in your reality. So that's really cool to see right beside each other. So your hopes, wishes, and dreams, and your career, I know those two things can be very closely related for a lot of people, so interesting to see what might come of that. And then in the 12th house of spirituality, the unseen, the subconscious, you have the 7 of Pentacles, which is all about, stepping back and looking at all the hard work you've done, being appreciative of it, seeing how far you've come. So just a real time of reflection. And the 12th house, it's very spiritual, meditative house, so this could be a great time to you know, kind of disconnect from the material reality and get in touch with your intuition and your spiritual side, and just kind of reflect on how far you've come. So yeah, I think this is a really good time. It looks like the moon in Capricorn. There are some challenging things in here, mostly with the second house and the fourth house. So, you know, with your maybe with your finances and your material possessions and your emotional state and your family. And I know those two things, those can really go hand in hand for a lot of people. And then you have some things maybe coming to an end, but you know that always implies a new beginning, like we were saying. So overall, this feels really good to me. I really like this setup here for this moon in Capricorn. Yeah, so with that being said, thank you for joining me on this intuitive journey. I hope you have found a message that lightens up your outlook during this time. And if you enjoyed it, please like the video. If you want to travel the signs with the moon and me, please subscribe to the channel. And until the next sign.